And I think, he's going to be successful in his comeback, and I picked him to win.
Obviously, a few things before I do let it go. Errol Spence is returning against Tim Tszyu. Just wanted your thoughts on the return of Errol.
I think Errol going to do an amazing job. I'm looking forward to him getting back.
Terence Crawford has long spoken highly of Errol Spence, expressing appreciation for everything he accomplished throughout his career. He acknowledged Spence's rise through the amateur system and praised the dedication that helped him develop into one of the sport's most recognized and accomplished champions.
I'm a Spence fan. When we the build up, I'm like, man, hey, let me get your autograph. You know what I mean? Because I watched you come up. I'm older than you, but I watched you, rooted for you when you was in the amateurs, when you was in the Olympics, all that.
Because of that long-standing respect, many observers were caught off guard when Crawford spoke so candidly and favorably about Spence. His comments came at a time when attention across the boxing world is centered on Spence's return, the noticeable changes in his physique, and the expectations and scrutiny that come with stepping back into the ring.
I was a fan of Spence. I'm still a fan. I hope he do well. And he beat Kell Brook coming off of a loss, an eye injury. He beat Sean Porter.
In all fairness, he had to go over there to get that.
Like I said, that's...
Errol Spence appeared fully focused and prepared as he put on an impressive display during a recent training session, unloading powerful combinations on the heavy bag while getting ready for his much-anticipated showdown with Tim Tszyu. As the historic undisputed welterweight title bout draws near, Errol Spence provided fans with a glimpse into his training camp, showcasing his dedication and sharp focus during a demanding media workout that highlighted his preparation for the upcoming challenge. Opinions throughout the boxing community remain divided regarding Errol Spence's comeback. However, respected trainer Bozy Ennis offered a strong response to those questioning Spence's chances against Tim Tszyu, emphasizing that overlooking a fighter of his caliber could be a serious mistake and reminding fans that he still possesses the skills and experience to make a major impact in the ring.
That's going to be a good fight, man. Everybody just sleeping on my man Spence, man. I think Spence gonna do what he's supposed to do, man. And then he fighting a guy that can really fight. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, he's a good boxer, nothing, but he comes to fight. You know what I mean? So this is gonna be a good test for Spence, I think. What Spence should be doing, Spence should be Spence, man. But he must move his head though, because Spence should come right at you and just throw the punches. He got to and work on catching them shots. You know what I mean? If you ain't gonna move your head, you gotta catch some shots. You know what I mean? With your hands.
Decision is stoppage. How's that fight at?
I think it's gonna be a stoppage. Somebody getting stopped. And I'm going with Spence.
WBC and IBF title holder Errol Spence Jr. has revealed a leaner and more defined build, showcasing the hard work and dedication he has put into training for his upcoming fight. His improved physical condition is a clear indication of the effort invested throughout camp and suggests he is approaching top form as he gets ready for his long-awaited return to competition. The transformation serves as another sign of his determination to perform at the highest level and maintain the mindset of a champion. During a discussion on the Porter Way podcast, the hosts broke down the upcoming clash between Errol Spence Jr. and Tim Tszyu, examining the key factors that could shape the outcome. The conversation focused on each fighter's abilities, current momentum, and strategic assets, as the panel evaluated their chances of success. While sharing different viewpoints, the analysts offered their own predictions and explored the various ways the contest might develop once the action begins inside the ring.
Problem for Tim Tszyu against Errol is going to be that jab. What does he do against that busy, constant jab
Errol
from on Errol's side? Right? Yeah, Errol just keeping that jab in his face. When Bomac prepared for Terence, he said that's the number one thing we got to take away from him. He fights off his jab. He gets confidence off he builds off his jab. He dominates you off the jab. So take the jab away and we got the fight won.
Right.
Tim Tszyu is not Terence Crawford. So I don't know how he deals with that jab. Again, I think Errol's bigger than him. He's at his best busier than him. But Robert Garcia said today he thinks Errol won't have anything left by the time they do make that fight.
He's really like one of those master kung fu artists, but in boxing. You know what I mean? So he's a masterful boxer. You know?
Yeah.
And so those are the kind of things that we're looking at Tim Tszyu that doesn't have.
A closer look at Tim Tszyu's training camp reveals the level of dedication he is bringing into preparation for his next challenge. His regimen includes demanding conditioning runs, structured boxing workouts, and detailed technical work aimed at refining every aspect of his game. Each session is carefully organized to enhance endurance, improve overall performance, and fine-tune his abilities as he works toward being fully prepared for the fight ahead.
Go. B. Aquí, same point, okay? That's the side. Don't move the leg, no. You look in front, B. B. Okay?
Oh. Oh yeah. I was just taking a shot.
Huh?
During a recent podcast episode, Sean Porter shared his thoughts on the interaction between Errol Spence and Tim Tszyu, highlighting what he believed was a mistake by Spence in the way he handled the situation and applied pressure. As the discussion continued, Porter explained his reasoning and ultimately sided with Tszyu, predicting that he would come out victorious when the two fighters meet in the ring.
For a segment of the audience thinking that on fight night against Terence Crawford. So I'm questioning that kind of stuff. And what I took from their interactions together is Spence, we all have a button, Sean, right? Like we all have this one button, if you press it, that we're very sensitive to, a certain topic or something about our character that we've been through. And he pressed Tszyu's button when he said, you're trying to fight to get out of your daddy's shadow and you're not the caliber of your dad. And that really pissed Tim Tszyu off. and made him say, you know, I was just trying to give you a handshake and a hug because this is really the last fight of your career, but you know, basically to hell with it now. Right. And you know, I think Spence is the bigger guy, but I'm leaning towards Tim Tszyu to win this fight. And again, I said it when we had Rahman on, I think he's the sharper puncher at this stage of their careers. I saw Spence getting off balance a lot in the Crawford fight, and yeah, he's fighting probably the best fighter of this generation in Terence Crawford. That'll do it sometimes. But I also just saw a fighter whose balance wasn't good on the punches he was throwing.
Speaking during the podcast discussion, Anthony Brenny pointed to Errol Spence Jr.'s willingness to travel to Australia and face Tim Tszyu on his home turf. Brenny expressed confidence in Spence's abilities, stating that he believes the former champion has the experience, skill set, and determination needed to secure a victory, even in Tsyu's backyard.
I think that classic Errol Spence wanting to go over to Australia to beat Tim in his own land, his own city, you know, in Australia, his country, whatever the case may be, is one would refer to that as being ballsy, but it's Errol Spence. That's just who he is, you know. I'm inclined to believe that Errol Spence beats Tim.
After comments and actions from Errol Spence Jr. stirred discussion, fresh footage of Tim Tszyu's training sessions began circulating online. The clips showcased Tszyu putting in hard work during camp, displaying his focus and commitment as he continues preparing for the upcoming fight. The newly released training footage highlights Tsyu's complete dedication to his preparation. He can be seen pushing himself through demanding gym sessions, refining his technique, and maintaining a high level of concentration throughout his workouts. His approach reflects a strong commitment to being at his best and shows that he is fully focused on the task ahead as he prepares for a future showdown in the ring. This exclusive look inside Tim Tszyu's camp captures him taking part in demanding training sessions and carefully structured drills designed to elevate every aspect of his performance. The footage reflects the level of effort and discipline he is investing in preparation, emphasizing his determination to be fully ready for the challenge that awaits.
In life, you get hit, but nothing will ever stop me. It's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you can rise back up. My mission always remains the same: to be the greatest boxing family that ever lived. Each and every day, we focus on the 1%. The 1% that makes you unbreakable, unstoppable, victorious.
Share your thoughts on this matchup in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications so you never miss future boxing news, analysis, and updates.